Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar. So I'm here with my first lesson for emotional intelligence. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the uh, emotions. Okay, so we all human beings experience lot of emotions. Okay, and it is the emotions that makes our life happy. I won't say happy. It is, in fact, happy is one form of emotion. It is the emotion which gives color and richness to our life. Okay, without emotion, without experiencing emotion, our life will not be as adventurous as now. Okay, so we all experience different types of emotion. Okay, for example, we get excited, we get happy at some point of time, and that we also get depressed, we also get sad, sometimes we get angry. All these are different types of emotions. Okay, we humans experience. And what is this emotion? Okay, so see, an emotion is an experience of a individual, any individual, in response to a particular internal or an external event or a stimuli. Okay, something happens either internally or externally, and this is experienced by that individual, and he experiences that the emotion because of that stimuli or an event. Okay, for example, you see a snake. Okay, you immediately get fear. Okay, you tomorrow you have an examination. Okay, you develop anxiety, how you will deliver. Okay, so these are external events which makes us to develop some emotion. Similarly, certain internal factors like change in hormones, change in some what do you say, some internal factors. Okay, I'm not going deeply into that. Something happens inside, it will happen. In fact, all external event also, the moment that external event happen, we will feel some physiological change in our body. Okay, and that is why we experience different types of emotion. Okay, so our different senses, no, they also get different types of reactions. Okay, for example, in our brain there are different neurotransmitters, and if a particular neurotransmitter is excess or a particular neurotransmitter is uh, deficient, no, we experience some difference in our moods, uh, like that. Okay, so either a internal event, a physiological change in our body, or an external event, something happens externally. Okay, so that also will elicit an emotional we will experience an emotion. Okay, and as soon as this happens, naturally there will be a physical arousal, physiological changes. For example, when you see the snake, no, immediately your heart gets higher beat. Okay, and you will sometimes, whenever you are fear, no, what happens, you will start to get perspiration, too much of sweating happens. Okay, and as I said earlier, no, some hormones will release in our body. So as soon as something happens, it will affect our physiological functioning. And so emotions involve physiological changes. Okay, that is another important point. And emotion uh, will actually provide motivation for us to take some action. Okay, in fact, the moment when you see a snake, what you will do, you will either decide to run away or to take a stick and chase the snake. Okay, the moment you see a snake, you don't stand simply, you won't simply stand, you will take some action. That is the function of the that is the major features of emotion. Emotion provide that motivation to act. Okay, if somebody is provoking you to do something, if somebody is using bad language against you, you will get angry. The moment you get angry, that emotion, it will provide a motivation to react. Sometime what you will do, you also will use bad words against that other person, or you may even beat that person. Okay, so emotion provides a motivation to act. Okay, so emotion will either try to reduce the pain we felt because of that emotion, or to uh, provide gain pleasure. Okay, so it will try to maintain the human's condition. Okay, so it will try to act. Okay, because it provide motivation to act. Okay, and please also remember, these are all very important features of emotion. Okay, emotions arise, the emotion that we experience, no, it arise out of our perception and thought. Okay, see, our perception and thought is very important for experiencing our emotion. For example, you walk down a road. Okay, you suddenly see something, it is looking like a snake. Okay, you get fear, you perceived that something as snake, but actually it was a small rope which was like a snake. Okay, actually for a rope you don't need to get fear, but you perceive that it as a snake, so you experience a fear. So emotions, this is very important understanding. Emotions that we experience, no, is a result of our the perception and thought that we create, the external stimuli, how we see it. For example, you have a friend. Okay, and that friend is actually provoking you, or shouting bad words against you. Okay, uh, he is very angry. The moment he does something like that, no, you perceive, you can perceive that in different way. You could perceive that your friend has certain grievance with you, so he is getting angry. Okay, or you could think it as your friend is acting very rude against you. Okay, so the perception, your friend's action may be perceived by either way. If your friend is really angry, you have to actually soften him. You might have committed a mistake, so he is getting angry, so you have to say sorry to him, like that. Why are you getting angry? You have to soften him. Instead of that, you perceive that he is being rude to you, you also get angry, and both of them fight. No, what happens is, it was a situation which leads to breakup of your friendship. So in this case, what led to the breakup of the friendship? It is the wrong perception of you. So you perceive that your friend is rude, but actually your friend is angry because you did some mistake. Okay, and this is a very important feature of our emotional intelligence. Okay, most of the time, our emotional mistakes we make because of our wrong perception of certain things, and experiencing the wrong emotion. Okay, so this, please remember this, our emotion is a result of our perception and our thought. Okay, it is not the it is not always correct. It will not be always correct, because our perception might be sometime wrong. We see a rope and we got angry. Okay, please remember this point, very very important. So it is how we see things, it is not what the thing is. And the next feature of emotion is our emotions vary in intensity. Okay, see, the happiness itself will vary in intensity. Okay, you see people get angry, happy, like some people know, like that. Some people will get too excited, like that. There are different ways of experiencing happiness. Low intensity, high intensity. Okay, similarly, when you get the anger, I said no, angry emotion, that also could be experienced at low intensity level. Like sometimes when you get angry, no, you will get upset and you will get irritated. These kind of things, anger, are low intensity anger. Sometimes you will get furious and enraged, these kind of angriness. So the intensity of anger will also differ. Okay, so emotions, it can be in varying intensity. Most of the time, the emotion which is at the extreme level, that is at a high intensity, will create problem for us. That is very important for emotional intelligence. Okay, uh, the extremes are anyway problem. Okay, extreme emotions are always problem. We have to maintain at the right level. Okay, next important feature of emotion is the emotions that we experience now are sometimes called desirable, sometimes undesirable. See, you are experiencing anxiety before some examination. See, tomorrow you are having an examination. Today you will experience anxiety. This gives an energy for you to revise the syllabus before the exam. Okay, so it serves a very important function. It is a desirable emotion. Okay, but sometimes the same anxiety is very too much and you get too stressed. No, you can't work anything. Too much of fear, too much of anxiety will actually are undesirable emotion. For example, I will give a very good example. A person has never made a public speech, that is in front of lot of people. Okay, in a podium in front of lot of people. A person has never experienced that thing. So today he was asked to give a speech. So he was standing before the podium, okay, to give a speech. And in fact he got too much of anxiety because he has never did that, and he did not prepare well. Okay, so the anxiety level was increased. So when he went to the stage, no, he got freezed. Okay, he could not deliver anything. So these kind of things, emotion at a higher level, no, are undesirable. But a certain low level of emotion is desirable because it will help us to function better. Okay, so uh, it is your fear that will help you to fight or flight. That is, uh, when you see something, when you see something danger to you, you either decide to fight that danger, or if the danger is too much, you have to run away. Okay, so your emotion gives some signal. So emotion is also desirable, but sometimes when you experience too much of emotion, like intense anger. See, when you have too much of anger, no, if you get provoked by everybody who was making something with you, no, you may engage in aggressive behavior like beating people, using bad words. You lose your control of uh, your coolness and your temper. You will get unnecessarily aggressive. This may not be good for you for the long term. So these kind of emotions are considered as undesirable. Okay, so please remember the difference between desirable emotion and undesirable emotion. So these are all the features of emotion. I hope you understood it. This is a very important factor. It will be very useful for you. Okay, now we will see the difference between emotion and feeling. Okay, we quite often use the same similarly, but there is a difference. See, feeling is our self perception about a specific emotion. Okay, feeling comes after emotion. See, when you experience something, when you experience a particular event, no, uh, for example, if somebody is provoking you, somebody is making fun of you or provoking you, know, you could react in different ways. That is your emotion. You may get angry. Okay, whenever somebody provokes, it is natural for us to get angry, and you might react in a way by being angry and shouting at him. Okay, or you may also ignore that other person. Okay, you may ignore that person who is making fun of you. Okay, there are different ways to respond. Okay, you can make fun of him, you can fight with him, you could ignore them. There are different ways to deal with it. After this event has happened, you perceive your emotion. Sometimes, no, when we get angry and fight with that other person, no, later on, after 1 hour later, when you fight with your own when a friend, no, what will happen is you will break your relationship. Then you will think about it and you will see, maybe I should not get angry. So this is what feeling. You feel sad about you got angry. So the feeling is your perception about an emotion. Okay, the feeling comes after emotion. Okay, I hope you understand. Emotion comes because of a particular event automatically. Feeling comes later by evaluating your situation. You evaluate certain things and you come up with feeling. So this is the difference between feeling and emotion. Similarly, there is a difference between emotion and moods. Okay, see, emotions is a last only for a short period. Okay, for example, if somebody is provoking you now, no, and emotion will last only for a short period, and it is because of a specific event. Some particular event you experience a emotion, and that emotion will also last only for a short period of time. It won't last longer, more than 1 day or 2 day. Okay, at the most. There will be certain emotions will be experienced only for 10 minutes, 1 hour, like that. Okay, emotions only for short period. In contrast, moods are experienced for a longer period of time. Okay, and moods are do not arise because of any event. It happens naturally. Okay, for example, you get angry when somebody provokes you. That is emotion. Okay, because of that event, and after 1 hour you will be normal. But moods, no, suddenly one day you wake up, you feel very down, you feel bored. Okay, this is not because of any particular event, and this boredom, this mood swings may happen for 2 3 days, 4 days, 10 days. You may be depressed for 10 days. It is not because of any particular event, it is your mood. It lasts longer, and it is not for any event. It is because of your natural happening. Okay, so this is the difference between emotion and moods. I hope you understand the difference between emotion, feelings and mood. Okay, with this we will end the uh, first part of emotion. In fact, there are more things to learn about emotion. In fact, what are the functions of emotion is there, and the types of emotion. Okay, and we will also learn about the relationship between emotions, thinking and behavior. All these three things we will learn in the next classes. Okay, with this I end my first lesson because I don't want the videos to be longer. Okay.